written analysis. This should take you 55 minutes and it's linked to our project of landscape, and I've given you two images by the British artist David Hockney. So you're going to work directly onto the Google Slide document. You can either type or you can use Kami and write using your Chromebook pencil. So very simply, you need to analyze this painting based on a choice of formal elements. So you can look at line, shape, form, tone, color, texture, pattern, and the overall composition. You can break these down into sections on your slide. You can move these around, they don't have to stay this size. I've just broken this down into 6 sections, and I've started to talk about color. I've given you a larger version of the image, so you could put this onto full screen, so you can really look like a detective at the painting, the smallest details and the largest areas. So if I'm just focusing on color, I'm going to remember some of the knowledge that we've been looking at to do with color theory and color mixing. I might talk about how there is lots of greens, which are secondary colors, and there are lots of tints, tones, and shades of greens. There are opposite colors on the color wheel here, so we've got yellow next to purple, which are opposites on the color wheel, complementary colors, so they really stand out. The colors are very vibrant and vivid and opaque, so you can't really see through them until you get into the distance where they look faded and desaturated. So this is the sort of language that I'm trying to use to annotate and analyze using language. So as you can see, I've started to write this here. This is my opinion. You can also use on the classroom the link to the keywords list, which we've been using this year. It used to be in your sketchbook, but you can access it here digitally. And that is task 1, written analysis. Choose which formal elements you want to talk about and start to annotate in the section based on the 2 images. This is the other landscape, and I've given you a larger version. This is actually the real scale of the landscape, so you can see it's quite large, and it's in these sort of panels. There's one panel here, another panel. This is David Hockney painting. There's also a video, 3-minute video, about David Hockney. You might want to extract relevant information from this video and add it to your annotation, which would link to background information. You could also write questions that you have about the painting or the artist, and you could also suggest your reaction to this painting, what you think it might mean, and messages that might be being communicated when you look at it. You can find other videos about Hockney if you want to and add other information, but if you don't do that, you can simply annotate using written analysis art language based on the formal elements. If you're unsure what one of the formal elements is, you can watch one of these videos again, which gives you an overview.